Hey everybody, Dauntless here, and welcome back to another video. You may notice that my screen is now just a little more wide and everything. I figured if I'm going to be doing intros, I might as well have the ability to have my, picture a little larger so you don't have to kind of stare at me up in the corner there. Let's talk about Space Quest. I think you all know, if you've watched my earlier videos of Space Quest, I love this series. I played it when I was a kid, and I have fond memories of my whole family sitting around the computer, our old, 286 or something like that, and playing Space Quest 2. Actually, never mind, I probably didn't remember that one. I don't remember that one as well because I was a little young at the time. But Space Quest 3, on the other hand, I managed to remember a little bit of playing that and us trying to hammer away at those puzzles. Space Quest 4 was the one I remember the best because I was old enough to really remember everything, and it took us months to get through it. It was incredible because we didn't have any walkthroughs at the time. If we wanted to walk through, we had to call Sierra Online and ask them for help. It was that awesome. And of course, who wanted to do that? I mean, most of the fun was figuring out the puzzles, no matter how obscure they were. So, obviously, at some point, at a point, they decided to stop making these games. I think after Space Quest 6 crashed and burned, for very good reason, they stopped making Space Quest games, but that didn't stop our wonderful fans from creating some games of their own. Now, I played Space Quest 3 3D, which was basically just like an art project, and I actually did look it up. It is an art project that somebody did, kind of an art project, where the gentleman wanted to figure out how to basically use the Unreal 3 engine, I think it was, and that was the setting he decided to use, was that opening little bit in Space Quest 3. And I will admit, it is a very impressive project. He did a fantastic job. I think the only thing I would ask is that maybe open up the tunnel so you can go check out the ship. You can see the aluminum mallard, half stuck in the dirt. Even if it's half stuck in the garbage, it would still be pretty awesome. But anyway, this video is starting off the fan-made game I haven't even played yet. I didn't even know this game existed until I decided to make this series, and I looked it up. And this is called Decisions of the Elders, and apparently it takes place before any of the others. In fact, it involves Roger Wilco's parents. So let's get a little backstory on this guy and see how the fans did. Everybody, let's start Space Quest Decisions of the Elders. Wow. I wonder if that's I wonder if that has anything to do, the song, I wonder if that's made by hand, if that's on an actual piano, if somebody played that and everything, or if that was done through like a MIDI editor or something like that. But anyway, let's check out the intro. Okay, now I'm starting to think. Julia, darling! Sorry. Yes, Jerry? I don't think he's British. Have I already told you that I love you? I like the intro. Yes, Jerry, about 1,000 times since you proposed to me last Sunday. That's awesome. Julia and Jerry. Okay. I guess we're an old country couple. Am I annoying you, Julia, darling? This dialogue is fascinating. Not more than usual. So a lot then! May I ask you for a favor then? Oh, may I ask you a favor? Sure, fire away. Could we please finally decide upon a location for our wedding ceremony? Hey, there's no question mark. Yep. Now they're starting to sound like a couple. Jerry Wilco, you said you would leave all decisions about our wedding to me as long as I only decided for the right groom. You. Well, dude, that's like a terrible way of doing it. When I got married, I made sure that it was both me and her figuring things out. That way she didn't feel like she had to, like, she didn't have to do everything. I noticed the music completely cut out. That's right, sweetheart. The thing is, you aren't coming to a decision. This is the 7th solar system we're heading for. Oh boy. Yep. You should never agree to that kind of crap. If you're getting married, make sure that both of you are figuring things out. If you have somebody who demands being in full control of everything, you might want to rethink whether or not they're the right person. Just saying. Okay, my love. This is the last system, I promise. Satisfied? Okie dokie. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Pleased with your life, you lean back and take one more long look at your bride before you cherish another happy dream of you, Jerry Wilco, misfit of the class, wedding Julia, the most incredible girl of the entire academy. Oh my goodness, it's a Deep Space Nine runabout. What the hell? I think that's a combination of the Next Generation and original series red alert sounds. Several red lights in the ship's console start flashing, and the computer informs you about hull breaches, structural integrity, blah blah, and other technical stuff you never really understood. But there is one warning of the computer which you comprehend perfectly. The one that says that these alarm sounds are always annoying no matter what series you're in. Abandon ship! Computer, set emergency transport coordinates to the closest Class M planet. Shouldn't we go to Impulse first? We can't. The console isn't responding. We have to beam. But beaming to an unknown hostile world without food and... Would you prefer the afterword? Unknown hostile world it is. Energize! Isn't this Labian? Wow, I know I didn't tolerate beaming well, Julia, but this time my head is spinning like... Julia? Julia? You shout yourself hoarse, but there is no reply. Pictures of Julia dying in the damaged shuttle are about to bring tears to your blue eyes. Hoping that she is just about transported to different coordinates on this planet, you decide to do what remains to be done. Take a nap? Look for your bride. Decisions of the Elders, Part 1. Rays of Hope. Oh, okay, I'm playing. Okay, it's a point-and-click interface with an old-style graphical thing. I think that's Space Quest 3 graphics. This is definitely Space Quest 2 art design here. The bushes in the background bear some berries. Okay, so I'm going to be putting all these in a video at some point, but my rules of adventure gaming. Look at everything! A knotted tree dominates this brookside. And make sure to look at everything before touching anything either, too. That looks like a brook flowing eastward. You see an ordinary boulder. This is the place the transporter decided to beam you to it. Oh, I see. Okay. This is the place the transporter decided to beam you to in order to save your life. An alien jungle. It's just one of the many trees in this alien jungle. Okay. A few foliage plants grow at the brookside. This group of 3 leaves on the right doesn't catch your eye. Doesn't catch my eye, but I looked at it. It's an ordinary rock, smoothed and eroded by the water. Alright. You won't touch those berries. They stink. You would never eat them, nor would you squish them onto your body. Funny. Better not. You'd stumble, fall, and drown. I would not! Yeah, maybe not. You'd only stumble and fall. It's a little clunky on the animation, I guess. Whoa, what was that? I'm sorry. A single beam of light has found a hole in the canopy. Alright, let's just walk this way. You are glad that you have so quickly found a way out of this forest. You have reached some kind of plateau. The cliffs in the east are of unclimbable type. A community of termites has found the perfect place for its hill, close to the forest which provides food, and still in the bright sunlight. The termites have built their hill next to this bamboo-like cane. It's obviously not their favorite food, but it might serve as their last refund. Okay. You can see a cave-like opening. Oh, that's always good. Never walk into caves unless you have to, or unless you have some sort of light. This plant is named after a president of the stupid ages. Is it a Clinton? Guess again. Oh, I'm stupid. True, man. It's a true man? No further comments. Fascinating. I didn't think we'd have political commentary in a Space Quest game. Oh boy, I hope they don't have any more of those. The brook turns right and heads south. I don't know why. I feel like they're going to have me follow that brook at some point. A few bamboo-like canes. You remember your grandpa making a fishing pole for you using this kind of plant. You also remember that you didn't catch anything except for a cold. These bamboo-like canes are almost unbreakable and too short for your plan, if you happen to have one. No, I really don't have a plan. I'm just kind of waddling about here. Oh, there's sound effects now. Let's see, it's going this way. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, what's that? This planet is definitely not uninhabited. It seems that someone wanted to cut down this tree with an axe. Obviously, this endeavor has been stopped by a bug of the tool. The handle of the axe must have broken loose. Not with your pair of hands. Why do you think the handleless axe is still stuck in the tree? I bet I could use the termites to take out part of the tree. Beautiful yet thorny plants have managed to climb those cliffs. A gurgling brook which is fed by the waterfall at the north. What a nice little tree. Large boulders block the way to the north. So this is north then, I guess. A nice tree someone has tried to cut down. As a lover of nature, you are glad the lumberjack failed. Oh. Okie dokie. Is that... like thick blood, the resin has run out of the wound down the tree. The resin is stickier than power glue. You don't want to touch it with your fingers. They really are removing a lot of options for death in this game. Let's try saving. Can I get in the water? If you had paid attention during the chemistry fundamentals course, you would remember that touching unknown substances is not advisable at all. Really? This is a Space Quest game, guys! I should be able to die by, you know, walking over the wrong little section of ground. Plants are interesting things, but there's nothing hidden under these 3 leaves. Yeah, do it anyway. Okay, well, let's just keep walking around. Let's see what happens while we walk. Careful, Jerry. Too late. You've already squashed dozens of termites, animal tormentor. What? Okay, fine. Let's walk into the cave. You have discovered the perfect place for an intimate togetherness. Unfortunately, you are alone. You start to miss your bride. Your worry about the love of your life increases every minute. You must find her, soon. Oh, is that how you're gonna kill me off? Somewhere up there is the peak of this mountain. This mountain is beyond your mountaineering skills. In the center of this cave-like place, it's a fire pit. It's surrounded by rocks and filled with cold charcoal. You don't need to blacken your hands. There's a hole in the left tree, a perfect home for squirrels and birds and snakes. I think I've got it. No, you haven't. You have missed the best part. But if you don't want to know, I've missed the best part. What is it? Tell me. No. Please? Please who? Please, Mr. Narrator? Fine. The knothole has become the home of a tiny, shiny metal can. A former expedition here from Earth must have left it here. Wait, from Earth? From Earth? Earth? Guys, have you played Space Quest before? At all? Xenon! That's where Roger's from. Earth isn't even mentioned, except for in Space Quest 3, when you go to an alternate universe where it exists. Fine, I'll go get the can. There's a shiny metal can in the knot hole. Wondering how it got there. Here, you grab it. Yeah, no, I'm disappointed. This can might contain shoe polish. Even though you found it in a knothole, the can must have spent some time in the blazing sun because the color of the label has completely disappeared. You can still feel the gravure of the label, but due to lack of contrast, it's way too small to decipher. Does that mean I have to figure out what it says? Or maybe I can use it to carry some termites. Earth! Oh my goodness, I'm like actually kind of upset right now. Don't abuse the ants with your senseless combination attempts. Okay, they're termites. You've already told me that. So let's get some consistency going here, kids. A vine which actually looks more like a rope is stretched from that prospering tree to the dead one. It feels terror-proof. Unfortunately, you cannot unravel its knot at the dead tree with your hands. I was thinking more climbing across it, but... Alright, let's save again, and... I don't think these guys ever played Space Quest. Ever. A dead tree. You wonder how it could grow out of the rocks at all. The tree feels as dead as a doornail. Okay, first of all, I think using the can to pick up some of these things would be nice. Pick up the termites or ants or whatever they are, because I guess they didn't read their own message. You don't cherish cherries, Jerry. Funny. Okay. Moving on now from that, here, maybe I can put... Don't pay too much attention to the local fruit. Okay. Is there anything up here I can look at? No. Get away from these cliffs. You are acrophobic. Okay. It's just another stupid bush. All right. Okay. Let's see. I got the can. I'm just gonna keep walking over them. Just to protest your stupid little comment there. Oh. You rub the lid of your can against the charcoal. Everything except for the gravier is now black. You have added some contrast to the lid. Its gravier, or whatever, is still shiny, while the rest of the lid is blackened. Unfortunately, you are still unable to read the label because of the smallness of the letters. Okay. So I need something to enhance them? What about... nope. I'm in the bright region! You hold the can with the blackened lid into the sunbeam to create a reflection on the dark background. Really? That's interesting. Oh! It's written, mirrored, inverted, but with your brain, you figure it out within minutes. Royal Wood. That's what this box holds. The termite goodie. Proudly, you pocket the can with termite food. Fascinating. Okay, I have to admit that's kind of an interesting little thing. You want to figure out what exactly it is. Oh! Let's do this. Let's just put it directly on the tree. You don't want some termites to eat this poor tree. Let me guess. Created by incredibly environmentalists. This won't assist you in pulling the axe out of the trunk. How? I just put it on the tree and watch them eat the thing. Alright. Maybe the, maybe the bamboo? Do you want to throw the termite goodie onto the cane? I am sorry, but I need to ask you to get a little closer to this single cane, please. Wow. This is starting to hit Space Quest 6th grade stuff. You open the can and spread the creamy termite food onto the tall cane. So much for the irresistibility of this expensive pet food. Patience, Jerry. Here they come. I love the sound effect. Attracted by royal wood, the termites cut down the cane. Fortunately, the termites did not eat the whole cane. For them, it's like bread without butter. Don't be that lazy. I swear I won't bother you again if not absolutely necessary, but please get a bit closer. I'm gonna seriously, like, punch this narrator in the head. Okay. Have you ever tried to pocket a cane of this size? No, but I heard of someone who pocketed a ladder and did not complain. But I complain, and I don't care. Yep, that's exactly my thoughts on the whole thing. The good old lever rule might indeed help you here, and you learned that this cane is very solid, but when it was about cutting it down, but for this purpose here, it's too thin. Didn't you say it was unbreakable? I said almost unbreakable. And watch it sink? No. This seems to be the handle of an axe. Obviously, its owner got so upset when it was breaking loose from the blade that he threw it the hell of a way. Oh. You can reach the axe handle with your cane, but both the handle and the cane are too smooth. Your tool keeps slipping off. You don't have a gluing, but a hooking problem. Okie dokie. A hooking problem. This won't unknot the vine. I swear, every time this thing asks me to go and get closer, I swear I want to go smack something. Oh, that's just stupid. That's called being really picky. Okay, carrying on. Excuse me. Oh, wait. Maybe there's something at the cave, like a... Apart from its typical behavior to climb, the climbing plant has produced lovely blossoms. The name of the climbing plant doesn't imply that you can climb it. Alright. So I need some sort of hook, right? That's what they're saying? Oop. The poor tree has suffered long enough. Spare it your weird attempts to solve puzzles that don't exist. One of the many vines in this jungle. Unfortunately, it's high enough that you won't get entangled. Leave the vine. It's just a cheap part of the setting. That's kind of funny. It's a long cane. Let's see what the mouse cursor hits this time. Yeah, that's kind of how these games work. It's like... Here's my thing. I feel like this... Like, again, the developer never actually played Space Quest. And so what they're doing is they're like... It's almost like it's... mocking you for doing things that you're supposed to do in Space Quest to solve puzzles. There's a small ledge halfway down the cliffs. You may want to reach the ledge, but not touch it. So, there's a dark shade behind the waterfall. Might be the entrance to a hidden cave. This suggestion deserves a consentaneous no. So here's what's going to happen. Somehow, I'm going to have to get a hook to grab that axe handle. I'm going to use the axe handle to... to get the axe head, and then chop down that vine, and then climb down into the cave. It's just an ordinary clover. Ordinary? It's a 4-leaved! No, a 5-leaved! No, it's a 6-leaved clover! On 2 stems. A 6-leaved clover on 2 stems? This makes it even more valuable! Yes, Jerry, if you say so. You don't eat green fodder. Alright, well, I think that is my time for this episode. I will probably post up one more after this. My review so far is gameplay-wise, it seems pretty good, but I don't know if they've played the games before. Because here's the thing. First of all, as I mentioned, they're making fun of you for doing things that you should be doing in a Space Quest game. But that's only because they've taken away a lot of what makes Space Quest. The incredible amounts of deaths, the ability to constantly try and combine everything. Hell, if you look at my inventory, I can grab this, but there's no use icon and at all. So with that can of stuff, I couldn't even like try and open it. Different like basic things. Xenon being his homeworld. Really? You're talking about Earth? I mean, if you had played 1 through what? 5? I think they mentioned Xenon at least once in each game. But Earth has only been mentioned once, and that's because you went to it in an alternate world. I just feel like it's a good adventure game. Here's the thing. So far, it's a pretty interesting adventure game. But it's not really Space Quest. And I get it's a prequel, but don't try and reinvent the wheel on something that is this classic. And I tell you, I'm already nervous because they made at least one political joke. I hate how much people have been pushing some sort of agenda or having political crap in their games these days, especially in fan-made stuff. Don't do it. It's my only suggestion to you. If you want me not to go and get on your case, don't put your little agenda or any opinions or anything like that about politics in your games. Why? Because we get it everywhere else. Star Wars has it now. Star Trek has it now. They're putting it into all the Marvel comics, and it's starting to get into the DC comics. They might even be putting it into the Marvel movies here soon. I've kind of heard inclinations. I don't want it. I have to deal with it everywhere else. Let's have some... let's have a little thing here where we don't have to hear about your agenda or your political opinion. I get tired of hearing about it. I don't want to hear about Trump. I don't want to hear about Hillary, liberals, conservatives, Democrats, Republicans, whatever, issue or social issue happens to be your problem or your personal pet peeve. I don't care. If I'm playing a Space Quest game, if I'm playing any video game, I will crucify people for trying to put that crap in here, because at some point, we just want basic, fun entertainment. We don't want to sit here and go, this has really made me think about my political life. Okay? That's it. But anyway, so far this game has made one little thing. I'm hoping they don't put in a whole lot more. I also think it's kind of funny how many little, environmentalist things they have in there. So I guess you could say it's a little more than just one, but at least with the environmentalist thing, I guess it can be viewed as sort of the opinion of the character, but just, again, don't do it. I hate games that try and do that crap. It drives me nuts, especially if I feel like they're just trying to, throw that in there for the case of throwing it in there. But anyway, thanks again, everybody, for dropping by. I always appreciate it. Put your comments down below. What do you think so far? Do you think this person has really played a Space Quest game, or do you think that they might have deviated a little bit from what not, it isn't even like complex Space Quest lore. This is basic Space Quest lore. So, let me know. Give me a comment of what you think about the game in general, or how I'm playing it and all that kind of stuff. Let me know how much my voices suck, because, I know they do. But thanks, above all, thank you for watching and thank you for commenting. And as always, I hope you all have a great rest of your day.